wondering, what is this kind of title? It is exactly how it is.
And this is my story.
So, guys, let me narrate to you my experience on how I almost got married to a ghost. And you out there should be very careful with the people you normally talk to. So, flashback to when I was very active on social media, especially on YouTube. I was very, very active on YouTube then. And because I was working towards getting my monetization, I actually wanted to get monetized very fast. So I decided to be active on live streams, and this really attracted so many people on my YouTube channel. It was a very good experience. Now I used to go live every day. Every day I was online doing videos. Now the live streams were very active. People would come and ask questions. They'll just be there, interacting, and they wanted more. So somebody would ask, how would I get you after the live stream? I want to talk to you after the live. How could I find you? Can I get a contact or somewhere we just talk, So I decided, okay, because this has become rampant, let me just give them my Instagram page. So most of my audience transferred from YouTube and went to Instagram. So we started talking more on IG. So I talked to a few people until this one person came to my inbox and we started having conversations. And he was very straightforward. Like, I want your number. But then at the beginning, I was very uncomfortable. So I told him, let us continue having these conversations here on IG until we are comfortable enough to exchange numbers. So we started having conversations. He would tell me like his day and all that. And then the day I decided now to give him my number, this is what happened. We were just having like a normal conversation. And then he asks me something about eggs, like how much are eggs in your country? Because he was not somebody from my country. Yes, keep in mind. So I eventually said, okay, this conversation is getting very interesting. Let us transfer. Guys, you see how we are generating? Let us move to the WhatsApp. So I give him my number and then we started talking. Let me tell you guys, we would talk for hours. And let me tell you something, the time difference was very big, like, because where he came from, it was like 7 hours or 8 hours time difference. So he would stay like 4-5 hours on a phone call with me, So things start getting very interesting. Whereby we make it like kind of official that we are supposed to be in a relationship. Keep in mind, I don't know this man very well. We are just having conversations online, the basic things, his home, his parents, like whatever. We were actually in the talking stage. So we got to a point whereby we are continuing with the relationship, how it is. So things start getting juicy, whereby it is heading to my birthday. I don't want to tell you guys the year because you might probably maybe reason out and figure out who the person is. So it gets to my birthday season. So I'm preparing people for my birthday. Yeah. So the guy asks me like, when is your birthday? I really want to spoil you with your friends and all that. I was like, hey, spoil who? Good. So I mentioned my day, and then he's like, I want to send you money for your birthday so that you prepare earlier, and then like you have a good time. Basically, send you money to have a good time. So I'm figuring out, because this is kind of a new country in my head, because it was a very weird country. To be honest, I've never had it until that time. I've never heard about it. So I was going to the banks and asking, how can I receive money from the other place, and figured out a way, send the details and all that. Anyway, with that, I still continued with my live stream. So I would talk to him, and then when I'm free, I go and do my lives and whatever, and other things I was working on. Fast forward, it gets to my birthday. He has not sent the money. Yeah, we have started calculating. We have started calculating the red flags. Yeah, he has not sent the money. By the time we are getting to my birthday, so I open my live during my birthday, go live, talk to people, and people send me a lot of cash. it was a lot of money for like being a YouTuber, a small YouTuber. I had like captured that kind of audience whereby people would send me money here and there. So that birthday, I received some good amount of money. So in the evening, I'm like, oh, I did a live, and this is what happened. I received this and this money from my audience. The guy becomes annoyed. He's like, why? He just makes some scene over there to make me feel bad. And be careful of people who make you sad on your birthday. Anyway, that scenario, it seemed to like have ended. I forgot about that he was supposed to send me money. Now we continued talking, and he said that he wants to come visit me. He got to a point whereby he says he wants to come and visit me because we cannot be talking for a long time, long distance, and we have never met. So in my mind, I started making plans, like this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to tell this and this, like whoever and whoever. It is months now. Like things are moving, by the way. Things are moving. So I informed the relevant people that there's somebody who is supposed to be coming. Hey, you guys. My family will be very surprised. Yeah, I inform like the close people that this is somebody who is supposed to be coming and so and so. So whatever he is, he started making like unnecessary plans and all that. Like he was just all over the place. So he'd give me dates gladly. He'd give me dates and tell me like by a certain month I would be coming, and then the dates go closer, and he starts postponing and giving me reasons as to why he's not going to come. So we'd move and move and move. So it started getting suspicious, and I would ask myself, what is wrong with this man? If he has like financial constraints, can't he just mention it and say that this is what I am going through and I don't want to embarrass you? You understand? So anyway, now, after now inquiring and being so inquisitive about like this financial thing, he starts like disappearing. So he disappeared for like a week. And remember, this is somebody I've been talking to like 4 hours, 5 hours on a phone call. Now he's just vanishing all of a sudden. So he just vanished for like 4 days. And then he comes back and give me like some reason. Oh, I had gone to look for money and such a thing, and then vanish again for another 2 weeks and then come back. So there's a day he vanished for like almost a weekend. And now my people are asking me, you told us there's somebody who's you told us there's somebody who's supposed to be like, what is happening? Is he not coming? Can't he just be clear enough? Anyway, he doesn't come again. And then now things get very, very hot. He one day comes back and he doesn't look like the same person again. You usually have like this instinct of if somebody is doing something wrong, So he starts speaking to me, and I realize, oh my goodness, this person is a gangster, is a gang member. Sometimes they go into hiding. He talked about a lot of things, and I was very scared. For a moment, I was very scared. Like, what am I doing? Who is this man? This guy would just vanish and comes back and just looks like a very different person, Anyway, to cut the long story short, he did not come. And the way I ended like this relationship, he once called me, and then he talked very, like we were just having like a normal conversation, and then he says, no woman can tell me anything. If somebody is my wife, I'm going to, like, he is supposed to be controlling everything. Like, you have no say in that house. And then in my head, I just told myself, you are dancing to the wrong tune. You are dancing to what? To the wrong tune. So I tell him, okay, fine. I think we can call it a situation, and everybody should live their own life. So we pushed and pushed. It eventually did not work. And that is how like I switched off and told myself, this person, I doubt if we'll ever meet. And I doubt if we'll ever see each other. So it shouldn't give me a lot of stress. And that's how I think guys, it was very, very serious, because when I involve my family, it's very, very serious. Like, it's very serious. It was something that was supposed to lead to marriage. And eventually this guy acted like a ghost, because a ghost is somebody that you cannot see. A ghost is somebody like just vanishes, appears and reappears. That's why I called this video um, almost getting married to a ghost. So women, ladies out there, even men, be very careful of the people you meet online, somebody you've never seen or heard. Take your time to know this person, analyze them very, very well, because you might get yourself in very weird situations that will lead you to unexpected areas. Because trust me, if I had ended up with this human being, I would have suffered for the rest of my life. And I'm so glad that I'm very prayerful, because sometimes I'll just receive signals and God is just telling me this one is not the one, you know. So that's the story of my life. Guys, stay tuned, stay focused, and stay blessed. It has been your one and only, the IG. Until next time, guys, adios.